Hey, you know what, guys? This right here, this rambling, boring conversation containing already made before observations.
Nice.
This could be a podcast.
You can do it!
It's actually not a bad idea.
Oh my God! Wow!
Really? A podcast? Don't you have to be some sort of whiz kid to do those?
Yeah, boy. Definitely not. Anyone with a computer can make one.
Well, that's it. We're anyone. Who's in?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
God, please, no! 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 No!
Is it happening? Are we doing it now?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Friday stream. Shabbat Shalom. Put your fucking camera on there. Here he is.
Yeah!
Here he is.
Preach! Shabbat Shalom. On my own, the cat and dog. I didn't see, I fled on what she felt Younger life, I'm living in woman. Maybe that carries on. Very bright, that fire goes because it's all Give me the other, give me the other, just nice. Give me the other, give me the other, just nice. Give me the other, give me the other. Oh, yeah. Give me the snow, Rich! Give me Friday! What's up?
Fucking hell. We only got two people here. I'm not surprised either. So, yeah, how you doing, bud?
I'm good. Pretty nice. Friday show always makes me happy, cheerful, and hopeful. Yeah. How are you?
Yeah.
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 Good. All right.
I'm all right.
All right.
We're so what we got planned today, dude?
I don't know. We're here to talk about things, and yeah.
Hopefully Rox is going to join us. Hey, Rebecca. How you doing? Yeah, you definitely count, Rebecca Joe. Thank you very much for being here. Yeah, Rox hopefully is going to join us.
Yeah, we met her before the broadcast. It was lovely. And we discussed, some U.S. election stuff. But I think we will start off with my personal thing and the reason for the background over here. It means that another chapter of the episode is being produced in these very moments.
We
And
talked about that. We talked about how we're gonna do an English translation of it.
oh yeah, hopefully. The thing is that this episode is dealing with. Just a second, I'm blurry. Just a second. Blurry left.
You need to
Right.
clean your screen, clean your lens of the camera.
The camera. No, I'm good. So, another chapter of the episode coming up, and if you remember, like last week, we talked about the quest for Jesus, and this is a good time to put on the intro. Put on the file over there, the untitled free.
No, not that one.
The untitled free. All right, that's good. Feeling prepared. Yeah, feeling prepared. So last week I kind of like announced my quest for Jesus up with the upcoming Flat Earth convention coming up over here in Israel. And this quest of mine has been lasting for the last 2 years or so, ever since they kind of like the people that started off the Flat Earth activity over here in Israel in 2019, pretty much. This is I started off like with organizing meetings over here and organizing all kinds of like meetups and conventions here in my city of Rehovot. And those people, in somewhere along the way, when I started to joining force with people who believe in Yeshua in Israel, kind of like I felt a little bit repelled from them. Still, we are with them in the same groups, okay? And actually, I was thinking, that I was doing a thing for them, all kinds of like shows that I did with other countries and stuff, like with UReach and things like that. They didn't seem to appreciate it, but that's okay. This is their freedom, and I'm not being insulted by that. But altogether, I could see, throughout the years, first like 3 seasons, I saw that moderately people are getting, either completely numb to me, okay, or either like just saying to me things about I turn to Yeshua's way or whatever.
Dude, I don't know if you can see my camera's frozen because my browser's crashed, so I can't see anything. I can hear, but I can't see anything. So I'm just gonna have to drop out and come back.
All right.
You keep going. I'll be right back.
No, I won't keep going. I will also go. Coming back.
No, don't leave people. You need to talk. Well, you don't
need to entertain them.
You keep talking. You keep going. All right. Don't stop, because I'm not doing anything. This is you. So you keep talking, and I'll be back in 2 minutes. Right.
All right. Sure. Happy Friday, everyone. So, whoever is here on the broadcast while I'm waiting for Richie, I'm here to talk about the new Puppets episode, which actually was created throughout the last week. If you remember, I did something like 11th episode of the Puppets already. This is supposed to be number 12. And it came as a response to the Flat Earth convention that people here in Israel are preparing to do in November 19th. And altogether, I think that this is kind of like my protest against, not against, but let's see the whole vibe of this convention. And hopefully soon we will see some parts of this Puppets episode. And I want to get back to Rich when Rich comes over here, and to get over the main conclusion. 2 years ago, I was like expelled from the guy that was talking about from the groups, and later on, when this last convention was started happening, like 2 years ago, and I suggested that I will come over there and talk about Yeshua denial in the land of Israel. And it seems like that they were bothered about this, didn't want me to appear. And they kind of like want to expel altogether the people from the Yeshua believers from, like, let's say, flat earth scene. Anyway, I'm feeling kind of like awkward talking on my own. Hopefully Rich will get back soon. I will also take like a short break, a minute or two, until Rich gets back. Rich. I'm still here waiting for Rich, but let's check out the chat room actually. What's going on? I will give some shout outs if okay, yeah, his cleaning is something over there, and won't be long, he says. But let's say hi to the chat room. Let's see, chat room. What is going on? All right. Ooh. All right, I see Chris is here, and Esther, and Little Wing. Little Wing, how are you? I'm always cheerful and happy and blessed by your comments over here. And Rebecca Joe. How am I replacing Richie? Am I doing a good job? I don't think so. Yeah, I should have like prepared something for these moments. Perhaps like a song or something. Yeah, maybe we'll do like a musicless karaoke since I can't operate these things. Let's see. Let's put on some tunes. Oh, yeah.
I hope you were still speaking. I hope you didn't leave people dead air.
Semi speaking until it was awkward.
Did you leave my fucking audience with dead air and you just turned your camera off?
No. I did some entertaining. I tried to, seriously, and this is very
how are you doing? And Chris, shout out.
You see, I'm feeling like right at home over here,
Sorry,
but
just Esther. Donation from Esther.
All right. Yeah, I felt a little bit awkward, but hopefully it's kind of like hard for me to speak alone. I need someone to interact with, someone that will show me some living, something like that. I encountered like a very interesting interview this week with between Roseanne Barr and Tucker Carlson, and over there she was talking really beautiful things. I really loved what she said, and altogether she said,
I love her. She's deluded. She is deluded about her Jewish, the whole Jewish thing. She's deluded about
all
it.
right, baby.
But she is, because
no, she's right on top. She's I don't know about Judaism or whatever she believes in, but I know that she believes in God, and she shows that a lot. So
she does believe in God. She's Jewish. She's proud to be Jewish.
Yeah, but what has got to do with believing in God? You can believe God if you're not Jewish, right?
Right. No, but I think she's Jewish and does believe in God.
All right.
I don't think necessarily that she actually. No, I've heard her say it, that we are all Israelites.
Yeah, maybe so.
And maybe as well, maybe maybe a lot more people than realize have got Jewish in them. It isn't a race, isn't a genetic marker that says you're Jewish, but
we will get to that. It's in our topics. But what I like about what she said over there was that we need to find a new definition for human beings. What is human being? And he said that she said in relation to the people who in Hollywood and stuff like that. And she said that a human being should be considered one who is like for other people's life, okay? For other people's life, the one who supports life.
That's not a human being. A human being is a physical, is just a body, a living human soul. That's a person. That's a real person. A living human soul. That's what most people think is a human being is a living human soul. Human being is a corporate term. A human being is property of the state. Right. So human being can fuck off, and we're living human souls. We're not dead fictional entities. We carry living human eternal souls. So that's what we should be referred to as living souls. That's why they do it on ships or on aeroplanes. Any commercial travel, they count the souls on the vessel. They actually count the souls on the vessel. That's important. That is important. Right? And not everybody has a soul. So I think if you have no love or care for other humans, and you're a nasty, what we call evil, you don't have a soul. You obviously don't have a soul. You don't have any connection. You're not the same as us. We have living humans. We are living human souls, and people that
in Hebrew, you also have this this difference. Actually, when I'm thinking about it, when they like refer to, there is like people, okay, people, it's anashim, right? And but once they want to describe to you about, like, let's say how many residents in one house, okay, like in a bill or something like that. So they're saying they're like 4 arba nefashot, okay. Nefesh is soul, okay. Nefesh is soul, so it's like, so I wonder why they write that on the municipality bill.
Souls. They count the
souls and not people. Yeah. It's kind of like weird for me. Yeah. Anyway, so I was started talking about Roseanne Barr and whatever, because I said that I wanted to people to talk with, and but while we were gone, I started talking about this flat Earth convention going on 2 years ago, and altogether getting involved with that again, and being again in this point of I know people don't want you over there, and you're the one who started this whole thing and whatever. Again, it's not a personal thing. I don't get insulted by that. It's not I don't take it into my ego.
Do you not think that this is funny though, right? You basically were one of the founding members of the Flat Earth movement in Israel. you're one of the first people really out there and going out there. You went out to Amsterdam to go to a convention in Amsterdam, right? You were one of the pioneers of pushing that truth in Israel. Roxanne was one of the pioneers in the UK going to Speaker's Corner. Like, it was her and John Smith and all that lot started going to Speaker's Corner in 2018, right? And that's when we started and I was there every Sunday with her. You know, obviously we were doing it on the show. We started that. We started the fucking Flat Earth tour. Not just me and Rox, but the people that we were hanging around with, right? We're not part of that group anymore.
Yeah, listen, also
part of that group anymore, and we're rejected by a lot of them.
Yeah, like, listen, I hosted the guys in my living room, the first meetup, okay, of flat earthers, okay, like spontaneous meetup, whatever. I posted a post in the Facebook group or in my personal profile, I don't remember, and said to everyone to come over. And I got like 15 people coming over here to my living room. And after a month, we did like a convention and like a meeting in the pub over there with shows and lectures and whatever. And then afterwards, I started off like doing the shows. I did the first panel show on Flat Earth. I did like 6 episodes with a panel in the studio before I started the Ash News. And then the Amsterdam thing, I can't like, you know, I don't want to start counting how many first thing I did, because I don't take pride on that, okay? Right. I don't take pride on that. I said that I had the right to do that, and this is you know, a privilege that I did that. I didn't gain any kind of like ego because of that.
That's why, mate. That's why that's why me, you, and Rox are friends. Because I said to Rox a couple of years ago, like back in 2020, I think it was. I said to her, you know that we will never get recognized for what we've done and what we've started. Like, we were some of the first to be doing panel shows. As soon as StreamYard came out, we were right on it, and we were fucking doing shows and stuff, having guests on and all of that. Not on Zoom, doing it live on YouTube. We were one of the first lots to do that. And now, look at them all these grifters that have turned it into a business model where they're just arguing with each other. That's all they're doing. It's just drama, arguing with each other about stupid bullshit, pre-programmed fucking indoctrinated crap. But they're making money off it. Like, making bank.
Again. Also, like, I remember when I did my conventions, I never took any money for that. But anyway, it's not the thing that I did things first and I should be acknowledged by that or get some kind of like respect. It's not about that, okay? It's not about that. And
that's not what I'm saying. That's not what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying is, like, yeah, I don't care. I don't care if I was to go out and start every movement that ends up changing the world. I don't care. I don't need recognition for that. It's just the fact that it's happened. That's enough that it's happened. It doesn't matter to be recognized for it.
Yeah. 2 things that bother me. Okay, that bother me out of all this. One is the first that I kind of like showed in the intro. The quest for Yeshua. The thing that I've been telling for some while over here in your shows, that the Yeshua denial in the land of Israel is something which kind of like I overlooked, and I didn't pay attention to that for like about 40 something years out of my life. And then when I kind of like saw that, read the New Testament and saw the comparison between the story in the New Testament and the story that I hear over here in Israel about Yeshua, so it all became like very drastic for me. And what I saw like in the last in the previous convention was that the guy, which is a religious guy that runs the convention, he takes the liberty for himself to overrule in a religious concept, in a belief concept, where he should be, running this flat Earth convention. He can be the leader if he wants to call himself the leader of the flat Earth convention. That's fine. I don't care about ego. Okay,
we could say it's like, I don't know, like.
But it's like to take the liberty also to other turf,
and take control of it. They inject themselves into anything that's got any fucking movement, that's got any momentum behind it, and inject themselves into it and take control.
Yeah, pretty much. And you can see that, this is what I'm actually afraid of, okay? That using this convention or any kind of like other activities or whatever, they're forming kind of like an authority over the truth, right? And they're saying, oh, yeah, we discovered flat Earth truth and we hold this whole truth. Now, someone who's holding truth and having this much ego, okay, that is thinking that he holds some kind of truth, he immediately will point himself to be the leader or some kind of like other rank or whatever.
I bet you that they are. It's got something to do with the fucking flat Earth Society. And with the whole or something. No, it's something similar in the UK. The Flat Earth Society, or in the West, in the Western world, the Flat Earth Society, fucking they took control of the narrative. Yeah, fucking hell yeah. Nachiketa's on it. Nachiketa thinks that we're moving upwards.
Right.
He thinks he's signing on with that. He thinks that Dell.
Why don't we see him online? Well, where are those Flat Earth Society? Whatever. What is that?
Eric Dubay.
Oh, is the Flat Earth Society?
No, but basically,
it doesn't fucking matter. Come on, it doesn't fucking matter.
Dude, it doesn't matter what they're called. Doesn't matter what they're called. It's people trying to take control of the narrative.
Yeah,
and present us with a different box. Here's no, it's not that paradigm. It's this one.
Yeah, pretty much. So and if you want to be part of this group, okay, you will need to be aligned with all the truth that they're holding. All right,
it's the same mentality as being fucking woke.
Yeah,
basically, it's exactly the same mentality.
Yeah, and I will tell you about this woke, term. That in the beginning we loved it.
It's a virus.
Yeah. Like at the beginning, we loved it. Everybody liked to be woke. Yeah, we got woke and stuff.
That's why we called our show the Really Woke Show, because right at exactly the same time as we changed our name,
got worn out.
Exactly the same time as we changed our name to the Really Woke Show, at exactly the same fucking time as we changed our name from the Wide Awake Show to the Really Woke Show, they started putting out the narrative of woke, the ideology of woke. And Jess said to Rox, or no, not Jess, it was Janine said to us, I don't know if we should call it the Really Woke Show. Have you seen they're trashing the term woke? And I said no, because we're really woke. Because it really made sense back then. And they just completely fucking destroyed that term and turned it into this rainbow fucking psycho babble.
Yeah, pretty much. Here is also the term of like woke is being worn out to death because mainly in the COVID times, okay, and I also make fun of that in the Flat Earth in the puppet show when they came over to the convention over there and they see like a sheeple over there in this convention, and she's like coming up, oh, I woke up in the coof time. Like what all got left now is like people got to walk. Yeah, if you didn't woke up in the coof time, you're probably born this very day. Okay,
so all credit to people that have woken up over the last few years, but a lot of them they don't realize that they didn't wake up.
They like the term. They like the term of being waken up, okay, but they don't really understand it, right?
Consciousness was stirred, and they realized that they were being lied to about some stuff, and they woke up to that, and they woke up to the coof. Fair play, but they've still got another fucking. It took me probably 8 years to get to reach where I,
I don't want to look at it as as ranks, or
it's
that
not
we have more
ranks.
information.
No.
It's about state of mind. It's about state of mind.
It's not about ranks. It's about conscious awareness.
Yeah, pretty much. And I will tell you that you can see the conscious awareness. For me, I can see that it's being blocked. Okay,
Cognitive dissonance.
That people are keeping themselves. Okay, the people that are being waking up prematurely. So those people, you see that they are only sticking with the materialistic and physical narrative and technical narrative of things, okay, of the lies, which are in the bottom of the, just the opposite from the news or whatever, or just just the basic conspiracy, things that happening on ground. They don't take themselves to think how it relates to the spiritual level, to the way that we're seeing ourselves.
They haven't woken up. They haven't woken up. Because they're still captured by cognitive dissonance, and cognitive dissonance is contagious.
Yeah, pretty much. And I will tell you that there is, you can really identify them with whoever goes up on broadcast and started shouting at the camera, bad things, they're all liars, bad things. He's not waking up, okay? He's not waking up, because you understand that in order to wake up other people or whatever, you need to put hope in them.
You can't wake up people.
And you need to put optimism.
You need to understand that first. You need to understand that before anything.
Yeah, that you can't wake up anyone. Okay, you can't wake up anyone.
I cannot wake anybody up. You can't. No,
I can't. Okay,
but individually, people have to.
Yeah. So what shows you if someone is actually waking up, if he balances, okay, whatever bad things he said with some optimism, with some faith, with some.
Depends where they are.
Higher truth than what we're seeing on the physical level.
That depends. Right. So that's another thing that takes time. That if somebody that's woken up in the last 4 years, it might take them a little bit longer to get there, because at the moment everything is scary and seems really fucking bad. Waking up now, because my universe had already been collapsed and destroyed more than once in my life. When I started to realize these things, it didn't feel like my whole fucking universe was shattered, because my universe had already been shattered. So it was easier to accept, and it actually made things more exciting. It actually gave me hope. It was like, oh fuck, no, that's cool, because they've been lying about all this stuff, so must be, it takes time to get there. It's the whole black pill thing, isn't it?
No, the thing is that I think it's individual.
People become nihilistic. People become nihilistic when they wake up. They do for a short time. They'll go through a nihilistic stage.
No, listen, whoever whoever says about himself that he's been awakened or whatever, he can say about himself, whatever, okay? But I will tell you that the people that gets awake are the people who are willing to throw away whatever they accomplished in their life regarding, education, knowledge, and I don't know.
It is throwing it away. You shouldn't think about it as throwing it away, because even though the details were wrong, right? The details were wrong, but the process of,
when I when I discovered this thing with flat Earth, okay, it was when I was 38, and until that time, I managed to finish out high school, get 2 academic degrees, worked in all kinds of educational positions, and something like 20 years or so, I was hooked on History Channel and National Geographic and Discovery. All right. So you throw away all these things that you think is knowledge, okay, of your knowledge, and
Don't throw
forget
it away.
like friends and stuff. Yeah, forget like
You
friends that
don't
will say to you that
throw it away because the information is still information. It's only the details about that info.
but,
that is wrong.
yeah, it is detailed and it is useless. Okay,
So you throw away the details. You don't throw away the info. Like the Göbekli Tepe exists, right? They put a bullshit narrative that fucking ancient aliens created it, but it's a bullshit narrative. But Göbekli Tepe still exists. So you don't throw it away. You say, all right, well, everything that they've told us about this is wrong. So there's obviously there's truth there, but you don't throw everything away.
I saw the entire season, all seasons of Ancient Aliens 3 times. 3 times. I was so hooked on it. And then when I understood that it's all bullshit, again,
listen.
For me, just a second, Rich. For me, it was the easiest decision ever,
right,
to throw it all away. Okay.
So listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying. Listen to what I'm saying, dude.
For other people, it's not. That's all.
You throw away the conclusions, and you throw away the details, but the facts still remain. Okay, so you don't throw it all away because all of these things are real. It's just a narrative. You change your perception. Say, all right, ancient aliens. Well, let's stop thinking that ancient aliens are from different planets. But ancient aliens could actually be a race of humans living underground with far advanced technology who are controlling everything from underneath and controlling everything that's going up on top on the top.
Yeah, they were presented on the History Channel.
No, but the details of what they found was still presented on the History Channel, and they still talked about giants and all that sort of stuff, but they put it all into this bullshit box, right?
So you have some kind of knowledge.
That's why they do that, because they want people like you to go, oh no, this is all bullshit. Throw that away. You don't throw it away because it's still
your History Channel.
You throw away the History Channel, throw away the conclusions that the history or the suggestions that the History Channel's made, or you just change your perception of words that they're using. If you change the meaning of the word in your own perception, it's. That's their trick, dude. Is to they'll do something. They'll put out a story, and then they'll put out a story and they'll give it completely bullshit details, so that when it's proven those bullshit details are false, then it puts the whole thing in question and everybody just chucks it out.
Yeah, pretty much.
You shouldn't be chucking it out because there's important information there. It's just you've been lied to about what the details are.
Yeah, no, the secret is the first, and this is another thing that those I know supposedly awakened people are not getting, and this is the first rule, in my opinion, of being awake, being a truther, which is do your own research. All right. And in that point, when you kind of like get into a conclusion that maybe the History Channel is bullshit, okay, then you have to examine the other narratives that are existing and see what resonates with you, okay, and what do you think is logical. It doesn't matter if it comes on the History Channel or YouTube or any kind of like other form, but you are independent and have free will to decide which kind of like narrative is fits you, okay, fits your thinking, fits your logic. So
hey, Annie.
And
how you doing?
And getting back to this Flat Earth convention, the thing that I'm mostly pissed off, okay, besides any other violations of like you're not bringing over to your convention, regardless that I started this whole thing, okay, but a truther, you are like disowning your own kind, right? because of like he believes in Yeshua. So, you know,
You
and
say,
the worst thing is, and the
who
worst
is the
thing is,
arbiter of truth? Who's the arbiter of truth here? Like,
no, and the worst thing that the arbiter of truth, okay, didn't even read in his life a single verse out of the
New
New
Testament.
Testament. All right, everything that he heard, he actually admits it. Okay, he admits it, and you know, whatever he heard in his life, whatever information he got in his life regarding Yeshua, Jesus, comes from his rabbis and people surrounding him, you know, his family, whatever, that they gave him this information about him instead of going to the source itself, okay, and see what's been said about it over there. No, it doesn't take a look. The number one truther in Israel, okay, it doesn't take, you know, it doesn't see the need of like opening the book, and he only been fed out of what other people are saying to him. Isn't that kind of like weird for you know, a guy flat earther, which is
it's
like
ignorant.
you know, dedicated truth, right?
It just shows how incredibly ignorant he is, and willfully so. He's willfully ignorant because he's not even looking. But I mean, that's one of the reasons. That's one of the reasons why I thought it'd be a good idea to read Aleister Crowley and Helena Blavatsky and all the people that they say, oh, it's demon, satanic, meh, meh, meh. All right, okay. Well, I'm going to read it anyway because I don't trust anything that you fucking say. So you're telling me it's demonic and satanic? Well, it's probably come from God in that case.
Pretty much, yeah. And yeah, and the violation of the Truthers Code, okay, that you won't like, you know, that first of all, do your own fucking research before, like, you know, before deciding, before doing all kinds of like decisions, stuff like that. Yeah, do your research. And you know, people in people with question marks, okay, I promise myself that I will remain with this question mark above my head as long as I will define myself as a truther or whatever, okay? And the minute that it will, this question mark will go into explanation mark, okay? So it will, so this is the time that I know that I will retire, okay? I will retire because I have all the answers. I don't need anyone, okay? And I don't think that I have all the answers, and I don't think that until the day I die, I will say to myself, you know, yeah, I got all the answers. Yeah, I know everything, and I know everything about every topic, and I can rule about everything. No. Hopefully, I won't get into that situation, right? Hopefully, God will prevent me somehow in some way beforehand. Now, let's show a few, like in the background, maybe like the segment from the puppets.
Shadow and Light, yeah. Nia has a channel called Ash News.
Air News.
Air News, sorry, Air News.
Air News. We've been air.
It's mostly in Hebrew, so he does do English stuff, but it is mostly Hebrew, and the interviews and stuff. It's all in Hebrew. So,
Shadow and Light. Thanks.
Shadow
anyway,
Shadow
put
and
on
Light. Shout out
puppet.
Stocks and Dick Nixon. Yeah, you're gonna have to, like I said,
I will interpret.
I don't like personally. I don't want to sit here listening to somebody speaking Hebrew and not understanding that.
No, it's only going to be like a 2-3 minutes segment, and I will explain it like in the background. But second, yeah, just a second. Oh, the opening one, opening song.
Oh, little spoiler alert! This song, spoiler alert! This song this afternoon.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny and Melanie don't like Phil Collins, but I do. So.
I don't like him either, but this song is great. Right. So we are here in the scene of every episode, starting off in the living room of Abba Chad Keren, Father Unicorn, and Keren Shemesh, the daughter Sunray. And this time the announcer is like informing about this new Flat Earth Convention coming up, which is in the sponsorship of the rabbinate and the government of Israel. And now they're saying that all puppets with one horn, okay. Also, like the episode is being called puppets on horns, corns on horns, right?
Dude, you could call it horny puppets.
Horny puppets, yeah. Maybe in English, yeah, we'll do it. But in Hebrew, it's like Buba Shel Keren, it's called, and the Flat Earth Summit. Okay, they've been arguing over here. Also, like if it's been called a convention, a conference, a meetup, whatever. Okay, and I decided since it's been being owned now by the Israeli government, it will be called a summit. Okay, so to this summit. Yeah.
Oh no, go on, come on.
Yeah. So anyway, for this summit, no puppets with one horn. 0 horn is fine. Two horns is fine, but one horn is bad.
So unicorns. No unicorns.
So no unicorns. Yeah. So no unicorns. So and then the daughter unicorn is like she's wondering why it's like that, and then it's probably because he banned them from the last meeting. They had like this creative meeting on how making the show better or whatever, and they brought out kind of like suggestions. So they banned him from the meeting, and then afterwards they changed like the name in the WhatsApp group that all of them are like a part of, like for only puppets with 2 or no horns. So and then afterwards. At the evening time,
did they kick them out of the group?
Yeah, he said that afterwards he started publishing posts about Yeshua, and then they kicked them out. Like happened to me so many times, coincidentally, in the past. And then like the Freemason came over in television, and he said that they will never forget what the horns, the puppets with the one horn did to them, and because of that they will be expelled from the convention. And so this kind of like explains why they don't want unicorns in the convention or puppets with one horns. And the father unicorn decides eventually to go to this convention. And although the daughter is like suggesting not to do that, but he decides to do that anyway. And she asks how to how they will get in with horns when they have like one horn. And the father unicorn said that I can change now like the script the way that he wants. So
Dude,
he decided what?
Just bringing it to real life. I would go. If I were you, I'd go and I'd film it. Right, take your GoPro and film it. And if they give you any grief at all, you've got it all on camera. Now, if they try and stop you from going in, you've got it all on camera. And you can put it all up. You can put it all on camera. Look, they wouldn't let me in because I believe in Yeshua.
I won't do that. No, the thing is that
that's
over the last
Nazi, that's Nazi. All he's doing is showing everybody like, yeah, that's fucking Nazi. That is.
No, I won't do that. I'm not. The thing is that over the last 2-3 weeks, I did like started crying over the line, all kinds of like posts they did towards this convention. I started like blabbing all kinds of like things, remarks, whatever. I found all kinds of like partners that have also been blacklisted from this convention, but altogether I found like not in a good spot. Okay, I felt like I don't like doing that. Okay, just to be nasty and ruin their convention because no, I don't like doing that. But what I did, I said to myself, yeah, I got puppets. Actually, they told me to. They told me to do that. They told me, hey, Nir, you seem to be bothered. It seems to be that your Facebook activity is not too effective. You got us. Let's do a puppet show about this convention. Let's make our own convention and make fun of it. Charming. So, yeah. Anyway, so we still have the dilemma with how they're going to get into the thing with that they don't allow unicorns to get in. So the father says that he's in charge now on the script of each episode, so he can do whatever he wants. So he makes sure that they will get into this and just change the living room. So and now we have the ceremony when they cut off. Oh, just a second.
They cut off their horns.
Yeah, the cutting of the horns. כמו מלכים. Yeah, that's nice. Anyway, I can start like showing you the entire episode. I'm now just in the finishing steps of like editing. But altogether, they're coming to the convention, and then they having like guy explaining about Nikon cameras and about shots, and then they have this singer coming over and sing this Illuminati song, and this is like the Illuminati singer that they kind of like got into this event as a regular singer, not the Illuminati singer. But anyway, yeah, and then they have the big surprise. They're bringing a guest surprise, which is a rhino
with one horn. No, rhinos have two horns.
No, we got one.
No, they've got two horns. One on the front.
I know it's like a smaller, no, but the big one, yeah. So, but they bring in a rhino, and it's like. The father unicorn is like being pissed off on that they're bringing a rhino instead that he has one horn. Okay. Yeah. Anyway, and then
you should have made it a manatee. Manatees have got one horn.
Yeah, I don't know, but anyway, what is a manatee? I don't know what is a manatee.
It's a type of whale.
Oh yeah. Anyway, no, the rhino was fine. But then the father unicorn started to piss off, and then he uncovered himself as the being that he penetrated this convention with one horn, and then we have this whole scene with that they crucify the unicorn, the father unicorn, going to crucify him, and then. And then he asked his daughter to run over to the house to bring on the laptop. And then she brings him the laptop, and then it changes the script again and brings God. God brings some good conclusions. And then afterwards, it brings the flood somehow. But yeah, this is the episode. Supposed to be ready, I think, on Sunday or so. And then I'm going to spread it away.
That's it. Narwhal. What? Right. The narwhals. They're called narwhals.
Oh, narwhals. Okay. And then I'm gonna spread it and see what are the reactions. I don't know.
Sylvie.
No, it's not like out of revenge. Okay, it's not like out of revenge. It's not. It's just the thing that I felt doing. Okay, but since I saw the thing, my protest online on Facebook didn't really came out very well, so I decided to do what I do best: creation and puppets. And I think it will bring out my messages, and if not, I will say that I at least tried, right?
I mean, yeah, I personally, I don't know.
Yeah.
I just don't bother engaging with or even talking about dickheads that I don't agree with. Especially if they're trying to take over if they've managed to capture everybody's attention and everybody's listening to them, then I'll say, do you know what? You lot go and fucking walk off the cliff by yourselves. I'm going that way.
Yeah, totally agree with that approach. Okay, but the thing is that in this thing we got something additional. Okay, and this whole thing with Jesus, Yeshua, and this denial of fear in the land of Israel, that I don't know, coincidentally, I'm the only person that cares about it in this world. The denial of Israel in the land of Israel. The denial of Jesus in the land of Israel. The place that he walked.
I don't think you're the only one. I don't think you're the only one that's got an issue with that.
Died and came back.
So
it's the place that he's most hated.
So this is an area, right? This is an area, dude, that you have to admit and you have to agree that you have some cognitive dissonance with this story, right? Because I know how attached you are to the story of Jesus. So if I suggest to you that this story of Jesus is a psyop based on a real character, but it's a psyop, and you know the Jesus Christ never existed. Yeshua was a king. He wasn't the son of God. He wasn't the son of God. He was a real man. Like though, to try and suggest that I know you don't want to know that. You don't want to hear that.
No, it's not that I don't want to hear that. Okay, it's just that I chose to believe in the story.
But you've chosen out of ignorance because you don't know the whole story.
I chose to believe whatever I read down, and you know what? Maybe there are like parts that I don't really believe in.
So
I don't know.
So hang on a second. Hang on a second. Isn't that what the rabbi's doing? That's all the rabbi's doing. The
rabbis, what they're doing. No, the rabbis, what they're doing. Just a second, Rich. Let me answer you. Come on, you disturbed me a lot. Okay, I will tell you what the rabbis are doing. The rabbis are doing interpretation and overruling this interpretation to be as a law, as a commandment over their people. Okay, the people who believe in Judaism, not in those rabbis, but they are now obligated to be under those rabbis' restrictions. Okay,
yeah, but that's like the Pope. That's no different from the Catholic Church.
Yeah, exactly like the Pope. Now, yesterday I walked down with my daughter, and she was asking me all kinds of like questions about the Bible, things that I got like in her studies, whatever. And I told her the most important thing when you're getting into the Bible or the New Testament or whatever, that you decide how to interpret it. You read the scriptures and you see how you feel about it. Don't look into interpretations. These are all mind controls. See how you feel about the text. The text is the relation with the text is individual. Okay, it's unique. You don't hear anyone else that will bother you between you and the text. Okay, you understand what you understand from it. Okay, and
right.
and she could be ignorant. She could be ignorant, as you say, but
that means what that requires.
It's freedom of choice.
What that requires is trust and faith that the text that you're reading is authentic.
I will tell you what, like in what I discussed with her, okay, is some kind of like an error we found on the book of Yehoshua, okay, the first book, the sixth book, okay, Yehoshua, the one that begins the prophets, and Yehoshua, it says over there that there's like one prostitute, a whore, that kind of like hides some kind of like spies that Yeshua is sending, whatever. And it says over there clearly in the verse that that two people came to him, two people came to her, but she hides him. She hides him, not two of them. Two people came, but she hides him. And this is clearly a punctual, a grammar mistake, okay, inside those verses. And those verses are supposed to be completed and perfect. And we are like encountered, we gone through like all the Mandela effects and the predictive programming going on in the scriptures and all the retroactive changes and all things that we've been through, okay, that those things are supposed to, shout out to you. Come on, these things over here are like weird and crooked and someone touched them and whatever, all right? But to understand
by man.
Yeah. But regardless of all the details that could or didn't be changed, whatever, in any kind of like way, the message, the spirit, the moral, okay, of this story
Hey, Esther.
keeps being the same, okay? It doesn't matter if you change down letters and whatever. It doesn't matter who wrote it. It doesn't matter who wrote it. It only matters if I believe in these values, in these things that are being presented, both in the Old and New Testament. Because in the Old Testament, the saying in John 1:17, they say that the Bible was being given from Moses, but truth and grace came from Jesus Christ. Right? Meaning that all that went down in the first in the Old Testament, you read it out, it's like a whole chaos of wars and rulers, and God needs to come over and do like miracles and splatter the sky and bring a fire and plagues and whatever. No. And then you move over to the New Testament, you see Jesus is all these miracles are like with caring to other people and reviving people and giving them food and all things which are like about caring to other people, about grace. And you see that these are the values that it doesn't matter, okay, who wrote it, which time, with which letters, okay? It doesn't matter. The story is amazing.
Do you
think
the
principles are remaining until this day and reenacting in our reality?
God in the no, not from the Old Testament. Well, yeah, that some of those values still do exist today, but we're not like eye for an eye and all of that. Do you believe that the God in like the God of Abraham, the God that Abraham and Moses follow, is the same? Is the Father of Jesus Christ?
Of course, yeah.
Really?
I do believe that, yeah.
So you believe he's bipolar?
What do you mean bipolar?
Well, one went from being a vengeful, jealous God to suddenly being an all-loving, I love everybody and I forgive everybody. Went from decimating and wiping out, from genociding hundreds of thousands of people and telling his people to go and just completely destroy and murder everybody in that city. Right? He's gone from that to turn the other cheek and be nice and peaceful and forgiving, and I'll love everybody if you love me.
Because it's his son. It's his son. It's a different entity. Whatever. If you have a son, your son is the same as you. Now, the thing is that what makes Jesus different from any other person that was over here, we all have flawed. Wait, let me speak for a second. Okay, Jesus has. We all have biological father and spiritual father, right? My biological father, his name is Joseph, and my spiritual father is God. Jesus is the only one who has both biological and spiritual father, which is God. That's all. But
he doesn't. No, he doesn't have a biological father. That's the whole point.
No, he does.
He doesn't have a biological father.
He has.
If he was impregnated, if Mary was impregnated by the angel
from God,
God, that wasn't a mortal. That wasn't a biological mortal man that did that. So he does not have a biological father. He only has a spiritual father.
No.
Yeah.
In the story, it says that God put her into pregnant, and she and Joseph didn't sleep after got married.
I suppose in the sense that any man can be dad to a child, doesn't have to be from his blood or his DNA. He can still be a dad. So in that sense, I guess, yeah, he has a biological dad. But
anyway, again, about
hang on a second.
About whether or not.
Hang on a second, because the thing is, right, the major flaw I see in that narrative is that if that's the case, if God needed to incarnate himself as Jesus to understand what it was like to be human, to realize, oh, actually they've got it really bad and really hard here. So I'll take on everybody's sin and I'll die for everybody because they know not what they do, right? But it took that for God to realize God's supposed to be omnipotent. He's supposed to see all, know all already. He knows how many hairs are on your head already. So if he needed to send himself down, if he needed to incarnate as a human to understand what it was like to be human, then he wasn't omnipotent in the first place.
What do you mean?
He wasn't omnipotent in the first place.
What do you mean omnipotent? I don't understand the
omnipotent, omnipotent, like know all, see all, hear all, be everywhere.
Okay.
To be everywhere all the time, to know what.
So he wouldn't have needed to do that.
He wouldn't have needed to do that because he'd understand.
Yeah. Now,
if he was omnipotent, he'd understand what it was like to be human.
All right. Anyway, this is the story. Okay, this is the story, and as for me and as for you, we all got a right, free liberty, freedom of choice to believe it or not. Now, I will give a sentence of my friend Oren, like at the end, on one of our shows, he told me that. He said, do you know why it's so delirious and so strange, this story of, he was a virgin gave birth to him, and every sins of humanity been, everyone was saved from their sins, and all of that thing, because it was that. Why is that so weird story? So that the normies won't understand it. That only one with enough belief and enough insanity could believe this story. Okay? And if you believe that story, what do you need more? You've been saved. Your sins are...
If you can be made to believe this, you could be made to believe anything. This is the whole thing. It's the word believe. I've got a massive issue with the word belief or believe because of the lie that's right there in the fucking word, right in the middle of it. Lie. L-I-E. L-I-E-F. Belief. Believe. It's you have to get over the lie. There's always a lie in the middle of it. When you have to believe something, there's always a lie you've got to get over, or there's an ignorance. You don't know, so you believe, right? Surely it's better to know than to believe.
Yeah, but things that you can't know.
Right? In that case, then that's why I say if you want a relationship with God, if you want to know what God is, you've got to fucking, it's got to come from you. It can't come from anybody else.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, and this is my choice, okay? And everyone can make their own choices. This is also like the principle of flat Earth, okay? We talked about flat Earth. Same principle, okay? In which kind of like perception, in which kind of like a world do you want to live in? Both flat Earth and globe can't be proven. So God gave you freedom of choice, super gift.
Right.
Okay?
No, see, this is... Yeah,
do you want to live? Please, Rich, don't stop me. Don't stop me. If you want to live in this little marble in space, whatever, spinning around and whatever, being objected to all those fears and asteroids and whatever, you can keep on doing that. Go spin on your ball and take some cool shots and whatever. Believe in global warming. And if you want to, think that you're living in a godly creation, you look at this place and you're saying to yourself, oh, probably someone had to make this thing because it's so sophisticated and so beautiful. So someone had to create this amazing thing. So yeah, and when you are like waking up in the morning and open the window and say to yourself, oh, this is the world that I'm living in, that God gave it to me, to our humankind. Like, He probably knows what I'm thinking and what I'm feeling, so I must be really important. And if I'm really important, come on, Nir, start doing stuff, start creating stuff. You're on stage, all the spotlights are aiming at you. Which kind of like perception do you want to live, Rich?
I don't want to live with the
second
perception.
one.
I don't want to live with the
Choice.
perception that all the spotlights shining on me and all the focus is on me. No, absolutely fucking not. No way. Thank you.
If you are God's son, yeah, you have the entitlement to think so. Yeah, that everything that does matter.
That's ego. That's ego. Right there.
No, you know what? Forget stage, okay? Forget the stage analogy, okay? Just to think that if God created you, okay, so He did that for a purpose, and if you have a purpose, you're meaningful, okay? You are meaningful to something.
I am the result of something that was created a long time ago, right? Technically, in that respect, God created me, but it was my mum and dad getting together and doing the bump and grind. That's what created me.
Yeah,
that's what.
But you know, that was making the scenery, making it happen. Okay,
the idea that we were ultimately we begat. There must have been a beginning to our race, the human being, living soul. There was a beginning to that story, and the creator is responsible for that creating life. But the whole point of life was like, it's organic, and it's meant to get on by itself. It's meant to, work. And before, like, if you take humans out of the equation, this earth would be amazing. It would be a perfectly balanced, amazing place.
Probably.
No, it would. It would, absolutely. If you took humans out of the equation, this earth would be totally, but it would be in a state of, it wouldn't ever change. That's the thing. It wouldn't ever change. It would be a constant state of how it was, right?
And why is that?
After a while, that's going to get a bit boring, isn't it?
And why is that?
Let me finish. Introduce a sentient, autonomous, human living soul who has the ability to create within the creation, the ability to further create. It makes the whole thing a lot more fucking interesting, right? But the point is, we're autonomous. That's the whole point, is we're autonomous. We have the freedom of choice. We've got free will. We can choose whether we're like creating a robot, asking it to do a job, and the robot turning around and saying, "No, I don't feel like it."
That's like in the story of Adam and Eve, okay? Story of is the simplest, okay? God tells you, don't touch the fruit on the tree, but you got a freedom of choice. Now, what you gonna do? Interesting, right? This is always like, you always know what right is and wrong, but this whole thing that ignites the plot in this story is our sins, our lies, our those bad human behaviors. Those are the things that.
But one of the biggest lies, dude, one of the biggest fucking lies, is that you've only ever got two choices.
Yeah.
Or three choices, or four choices. There are multitudes of different options, different choices. It all depends on how ignorant you are.
Yeah.
Right. And we are all, every single fucking one of us is ignorant. Ignorant doesn't mean stupid. It just means lack of knowledge. That's all. And we're all ignorant
I'm stupid as well. Okay. I totally confirm that I'm stupid as well. And this is probably why I chose to deal with Yeshua believing denial in Israel, okay, for the last 2,000 years. And I'm the only person that do that. And, we got like a war over here for the last year or so. And people are telling me, come on, what do you think about the war? What is going to stop? I'm telling them, I don't care about this bullshit. I care about the Yeshua denial in Israel. He's like, what? We got war over here. Come on here. No. Yeshua denial in Israel. That's the major, most important thing that we should deal with in this moment. Not Flat Earth Convention, not war stuff, not any kind of like pandemic that's gonna repeat afterwards. Yeshua denial in Israel. Because I don't know. This is what I think. Okay.
The thing is, they don't deny Jesus. They just deny who Jesus was. They agree that he was there. They agree because we crucified him because he was claiming to be. So there's no dispute as with this is the thing, right? This is why I see the Jewish influence in Christianity.
No,
right?
but I'll tell you something about really important. Okay, the destruction of the Second Temple, year 70 AD, as they say, and
there's absolutely no evidence at all whatsoever anywhere on this earth of the first temple.
The first temple. Okay.
But we've only got their word. We've only got their word for it. Bunch of lying cunts.
Yeah. But
it's the second temple.
Yeah, the second temple. It was said that it was being destroyed because of sinat chinam. What is sinat chinam in Hebrew? Is hatred for nothing. Okay, nothing hatred. Like I would say that hatred. Obsolete, not necessary hatred. Okay, between the brothers, between the people in Jerusalem, that some of them wanted to still support the Romans, some of them wanted to rebel against them, and because they fight, this is why the temple was destroyed. This is the narrative of the Jewish religion. Why the second temple was destroyed, and the Israeli people went to exile for 2,000 years. While what could be another narrative that explains the destruction of the second temple? Let's see. 40 years earlier, you handed the Son of God that told you that you are doing bad stuff over there in this temple. You gave him to the Romans for crucifixion, right? So maybe it's because of that, and not because of this. What you're saying over there, people hated each other. Maybe it's because of that. Maybe it's like God's karma or something like that. Would it be more reasonable? No. The thing that we executed him, it was fine. We handed him to the Romans because he was evil man. Oh, have you read about it? No, I heard about it. Come on. Anyway, Rich, let's do recess. Break.
Where that comment there, Richie's voice immediately makes me want to squeeze a basketball between my legs and pretend I am a ninja. What does that even mean?
Weird, but acceptable.
I'm just picturing us like doing that.
All right,
we're going to take this coffee break. Don't go anywhere.
Hey, you know what, guys? This right here, this rambling, boring conversation containing already made before observations.
Nice.
This could be a podcast.
You can do it!
It's actually not a bad idea.
Oh my God! Wow!
Really? A podcast? Don't you have to be some sort of whiz kid to do those?
Yeah, boys. Definitely not. Anyone with a computer can make one.
Well, that's it. We're anyone. Who's in?
Yeah, sure.
Let's do it.
God, please, no! 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 No!
Is it happening? Are we doing it now?
Just imagine, I could have just done in the same bog as Eric Clapton, or Mick Jagger, or Lemmy, or Ozzy Osbourne. Who has been here? Bananarama.
But at the end of the day, if it comes at me, I will go at it. And I'm not being responsible for what happens. I have to kick it between the bollocks. That's what's going to happen. I will kick a panda in the bollocks if I have to.
I'm hanging out with my friend tomorrow, Tina, and we are speaking and saying, hey, shall I meet? I'm asking, shall I come to your house or shall we meet at a restaurant, a coffee shop, or what? And she say on the phone, whatever float your boat. What? Why do you say this? I do not. Number one, I have no boat. You know, I have the car. Okay. So what float my boat? Nothing, as I do not own it. But even if it is a metaphor, your boat, my boat, what float my metaphor boat? I can tell you what floated. No holes in the boat. That float my boat, you know? No tidal east wave. This float my boat. Do not put large monster in my boat. That would sink it. So what float my boat? What is it? The science float my boat. Buoyance. Buoyanzo. Buoyanza. Buoyancy. What float my boat? What you think is float my boat? Magic? What you think a Merlin man is under the water of my metaphor boat and hold with the hand and make a spell, a floaty spell? No, this is not Lord of Rings or Game of Thrones.
You seem like a calm and reasonable person. Are you? A calm and reasonable person. If the moment calls for calm, I'd say the moment calls for calm. Yeah.
Give me money. Money me. Money now. Me a money needing a lot now.
Welcome back.
What up? Richie?
Sorry.
First thing, I don't own a boat.
Thank you. Thank you.
First thing, Rich, I don't own a boat.
No.
I don't own a boat.
I don't even own a car.
Yeah, classic. Anyway, Rich, let's talk about nasty news. Yeah, let's forget all the nasty religious stuff. What happened last night, from what I gathered, was there was a football match of the team of my actually favorite team, throughout 30 years of my life, something like that. Was a huge fan of this team, Maccabi Tel Aviv, in football. Considered one of the best teams in Israel, and it went away to Amsterdam, appearing in some kind of European trophy, match.
Because Israel is part of Europe.
Yeah, that makes sense completely. Now,
I mean, they are in the European. They're in the European song. European.
Yeah, in the
Eurovision Song Contest. So it makes sense that they'll be in the fucking European.
Listen, in the song contest right now, in the Eurovision, you got Australia. Australia is clearly in Europe, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, because they're part of the Commonwealth.
In
and
Europe?
the Commonwealth is part of the UK, and the UK is
it's kind of far away.
Part of Europe. In fact, what's the UK doing competing in the Eurovision Song Contest anymore?
Yeah.
Why?
And also Georgia and they banished Russia. Russia is not longer from Europe. They banished her from all kinds of because of the Ukraine war. It's really connected to singing and sports. This whole thing war that they're doing, right?
G'day, Marlene. How you doing? And Jim Annis, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here.
Anyway, so they got a match going on between Maccabi Tel Aviv and Ajax Amsterdam. Resulted 5-0 to Ajax. Israeli football groups are the worst. We are the worst.
Amsterdam won 5-0.
Yeah, 5-0. Yeah. No, Israelis don't know how to play football.
That doesn't surprise me at all.
We think we can. We think we really inspired to know how to play football, but never know how to play football. We always lose.
England
is considered also like a loser. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, England. They individually there are some really good footballers playing English footballers, but they cannot play as a team. Yeah. They are not a team. So they're shit.
Also, the teams which are inside the Israeli league and going to compete in Amsterdam, you see what goes on 5-0. But anyway, it's not the case. The case was that previously to the match, there was all kinds of information about organization of Palestinians that are living in Amsterdam, or all kinds of other Arabs that are over there, to make all kinds of
I know, some kind of like operation versus those 3,000 Maccabi Tel Aviv fans that reached to Amsterdam. So they got like information about it beforehand, before the match. When Israelis are going to like, especially with those kind of like groups, they're taking along them, of course, all kinds of like security forces from the Mossad. Okay, I told you that the Mossad is the one who's like in charge of all things of security, which is aboard outside of Israel, external to Israel. So they're taking all kinds of like people from the Mossad, other security people to guard them while they are like, especially if there are like all kinds of like notifications like that. Now, during the match, what I understood is that there were like all kinds of like information going on in the over Facebook that kind of like gather the people in organized way to hurt those Maccabi fans. And after they're saying over there that during the match they even notified clearly to the authorities in Amsterdam that this is what it's going to be. But when they came outside, there wasn't any security, and just like, all kinds of like organized groups of Arab people started hitting and clashing with those Maccabi fans. They are really easy to identify because they all like wearing scarves or whatever. And also like Israelis are pretty much like, you cannot identify Israeli in Europe usually. You can.
Yeah, I know you can't. You not just in Europe, in America as well. It's weird. Right?
Yeah, we all have these big long noses. Anyway, it's not about that. It's about the mentality. Okay, the mentality.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Instantly recognize the mentality of Israeli in countries.
The Israeli girls that I met in Spain, in a hostel in Spain, they had American accents, and I'm pretty sure that they had dual nationality. That's why, because they had American accents, man. So they were basically Americans identifying as Israeli, but you could kind of, when they said they were Israeli, it was like, I feigned being surprised. I was like, "Oh wow, really? Are you?" And inside I was thinking, "Yep, that's what I thought."
But no, the Israelis are very diverse. Okay, we are so diverse by ethnical origin and behavior and whatever we can be diverse with, So we feel comfortable with that. But altogether, what happened last night was I saw all kinds of like videos over there that people are seriously being attacked and brutally assaulted, and that it's been reported for dozens of injuries, and they're also like now afraid there were actually people being kidnapped or something like that.
See, the trouble is because we all know how fucking insidious these bastards are. I just wouldn't put it past Israel to have organized that themselves.
Oh, yeah. Now, first of all, on
we're victims. Everybody hates us.
Exactly. Now, let's see. The reports were like towards the in the Dutch media, they gave on like a report about it. They emphasized that this is what happened and everything, although all the errors of blame are pointed towards them, because it says that they were like notified ahead that this is what is going to happen. They did nothing about it. Whatever. Okay. On BBC, they said that the Israeli fans are the one who ignited it. They are the one to blame for all this attack. Okay. BBC. Yeah. And and in our media in Israel, well, from what I gathered, this morning, this is the second October 7th, the second Holocaust, the second whatever they can stretch out this event. I'm telling you that there could be casualties, there could be people injured, whatever, but they will stretch it, they will take it, they will do it the most, demonic attack ever. And then let's repeat a little bit, okay? With my, I remember like talking about you about that like several times before, about the way that the media over here in Israel, or like the entire system over here in Israel, communicates to you that you shouldn't go to other countries. You should remain over here.
That's what I mean. It backs up the narrative. It backs up the. You're better off not going anywhere else because.
And why is that? And why? There are two reasons, okay, that they are giving to why you should remain over here, not go over there. Because when you go over there to other countries, they will always look at you as a Jew, and they will think horrible things about you, and they will not employ you, and they don't want to be anywhere near you. This is type A, okay? And type B is what we call the ugly Israeli. And that concept is the minute you're going out of the duty-free over there to the plain outside of Israel, you are turning into a wild animal.
Yeah, you turn your carnal nature.
You are not longer a nice Jewish Israeli man. You are now going to the world, and you will behave the worst way possible. And how do we know that you will behave the worst way possible? Because we will give you tons of examples of Israelis that behave terribly in other countries and stained our name forever. And we are considered the worst, what is it called? Travelers, the worst, tourists. Yeah, the worst tourists ever in this world, because we're coming to hotel rooms and we rip off the thing, the tap over there, the tap on the wall. We rip it out. We take all the towels, and in 3:00 a.m. we're going to the pool and having a massive party with drugs and alcohol, and we disturb everyone. So this is what the image of Israeli, according to mainstream media or whatever. Okay,
I mean, it's not entirely untrue. This is the thing; it's not entirely untrue. But this whole idea that the fucking Jews have been in exile for 2,000 years, when you look into it, when you look at the written, recorded history, the reason that they've been expelled from every country and every city that they've ever been in is because they've been bankers and moneylenders. They've been usury. They've been setting up usuries, and they've been banned because of that. Nothing to do with the fact that they're Jewish, but Jews have been run out of.
What about what I mentioned? Rich, what about what I mentioned in the previous segment? Didn't they hand it on to the Romans, the ones that most of the people in Europe and United States are believing in, right? Jesus. So aren't they holding that? Oh, this guy is a Jew. He's probably a banker and probably evil. Oh, and he also handed out the Son of God that I believe in.
That's not, dude. That's not why people have got an issue. That's not why most people have got an issue with Jews, though.
Maybe.
This is the thing. It's another. That's why I swear it is a.
The Jews are totally blamed for that.
It's a bullshit narrative cooked up by Jews.
What do you mean?
Unfortunately, it's a sad fact. Not all Jewish people. It's not because they're Jewish. It's just that these people are deceptive. They're liars. They lie and deceive in order to control, and that's the whole fucking thing. They are
nothing to do with Jesus.
They're
nothing
liars.
to do with Jesus.
They're liars and deceivers. So
nothing with Jesus.
Well, when you realize that they had input into that story, they had an influence on that story, and they're liars and deceivers. So
it adds up.
So there's a lot of lies and bullshit that's been injected into the story. right?
Yeah. Now, I want to address what you said earlier about
this idea that Mary was a whore, right? She was 12 years old. She was 12 years old. All the scholars, all the major scholars agree that she was 12 years old, but they've labeled her as a whore. The word virgin, translated from the Arabic or Aramaic, whatever it is, doesn't mean virgin not had sex. Means a maiden who hasn't been married yet. That's what virgin actually means. That's what the word that's been translated into virgin actually means, someone who hasn't been married yet. Right. So this is where the bullshit. The Jesuits, personally, I believe the Jesuits were created by the Jews, converso Jews, Sabbatean Frankist converso Jews.
All right. All right. Now,
and the Jesuits rewrote everything in the Reformation, right? Well, we've already established that everything that they've told us about history is bullshit.
Yeah.
So why are we still looking at this story as if it's not, again, more psyops, more misdirection, more? This is why I say it's so fucking important. If it, like,
because there are people like me and other people in the world who believe this story. So,
but
yeah, so we're entitled to believe whatever we want, right?
Yes, right. But wouldn't you rather know the truth?
This is what I feel the truth is.
But if you're ignorant to all the information, how can you know that it's the truth?
What kind of like thing they hide me off in the New Testament or in the first one? They could have like hide things.
What about all the stuff that's not in the Bible, that was excluded from the Bible? What about all
Yeah, I can believe it and I can not believe it. The Book of Enoch, yeah, I believe it. The Book of Joshua, yeah, I believe it. Yeah, whatever is written down over there, it doesn't matter the details. Okay, the details are not actually that much important. The thing which is important is the believing in God and the morality. Okay, that comes out of.
Yeah, that's what I agree. That absolutely, I 100% agree with that. It's but the principles.
Yeah,
it's the principles behind.
The principle. I don't think any book to those principles. Okay, you were born in with those principles. All right.
So, in that case, why is it so important to make everybody believe in Yeshua?
Oh, because this world is trying whatever it can to makes you forget about those values. All right, and it's a good. Once you like coming into the world, puff, injections is like whatever. It didn't succeeded. So they teach you off like in elementary school. They teach you off
those things existed before Jesus.
Science, okay?
Those things existed before Jesus. Good people existed before Jesus. It didn't require Jesus to come along for people to suddenly start being good.
Jesus came along to wake everyone else about the religious lie, okay? Because when he came over in the time of the Second Temple, it was when the Jewish religion, which was not existed before the first exile, was totally in power already in the time of the Second Temple, and they colluded along with the Romans. Okay, and Jesus came over there and saw the marching that they're doing in the court of the temple, and telling them, "Come on, this is not a thing that you should do in the house of God." This is what you turn your religious to. Right. Your belief in God, you turn it into this, to money changing. This is why you needed Yeshua, and the way that they didn't accept him, okay, and he told them, "Hey, I'm the Son of God." They didn't accept him, but someone that will come in his own name, in his own authority, they did accept. Okay. Anyway,
I mean, I'll say it again. I absolutely, like, I'm fucking certain. I'm not even in any doubt about this at all, right? 2,000 years ago, we were no different to how we are now. We were just as intelligent. We were just as capable of thinking, of discerning, of all of these things. We were just as capable 2,000 years ago as we are now.
Yeah.
If you look at what's going on now, we're going out, flat earth movement, truth movement, whatever, right? People going out and saying, this is wrong. This shouldn't be happening. It's no fucking different.
There's no difference. The story of the gospel is keep repeating all the time. This is what I'm telling you. Okay, this is why I chose to engage with this subject. Although everyone thinks I'm a loony, I should be involved with the war stuff and whatever. You are in Israel. No, this is why it's important, because it keeps coming back over and over. This story keeps coming back over and over again. Okay, the story of the gospel, the sacrifice, the one who sells us out, and the one who execute. All right, it's always repeating, and I want to, in that point, to connect it to what you said earlier, and it's very important. Okay, you said probably the Israeli government fixed that and managed that and did that all together to portray us as victims in other countries, and I'm telling you, probably yes. All right. Probably yes, because this goes with the same logic of the gospel story. Here, you got the sacrifice, the people that will go to this match willingly, and you got the Israeli government in the role of the parasites in the story of Jesus, and you got the Romans, which will be in that case the Dutch authorities. Okay. Or maybe like the Arabs themselves, okay? The Arabs that did all those things, they are like the executors, all right? And people in Israel, if they don't know the gospel story, okay, they can see that. They can see that it's keep happening again and again. And this is what I saw in the first convention that I mentioned, all right? I saw exactly the same characters. Yeah, this is the parasite guy, and this is the other one that he annihilated me for the group, whatever. He was like a New Ager guy, so it fits like the Rome character. And yeah, I'm the sacrifice. I'm Jesus, all right? And works out pretty well. Anyway, the reason that I decided to redo this protest versus this flat Earth convention was because it goes by the story. We got second coming in the story. After Jesus is going to the heaven, whatever, he comes back at the end of the book of Revelation, comes back from the sky with his angels and destroy this whole beast thing, and happy ending, and brings down Jerusalem from the top to the bottom. So anyway, this is what I chose to involve that, and I want to get back again to this storyline with the collision last night. So yes, it could probably be the following narrative. The Israeli government or whoever wanted that we will be portrayed as victims, okay?
Fucking
in other places, and also it's very simple. It's very symbolic. I will tell you why. In Amsterdam, because also Ajax Amsterdam are calling themselves the Jews, okay, and they are considered a club which is very supportive of Israel. Also, like in Maccabi Tel Aviv, there was the son of Jody Cruyff, not Jody, Johan Cruyff, Jody Cruyff. He was the manager of the team for several years. We always had a really good connection with Dutch, especially with football, Dutch football, and altogether that it happens, especially in Amsterdam, which is really, for me, it really bothers personally. I love this city of Amsterdam. I've been there like 6 times already in my life, and it's a beautiful city, and a city with freedom and acceptance, and that these things happened in this city. It really, I know, bothers me, and I don't know if I will, go to, when I was a football fan, I did used to go to board games. Most of them I stayed over, but now there's this scene of people who are going to football matches. Maybe even like my brother could have been like in one of those matches. He's still going to the matches. So
honestly, I think Amsterdam is a fucking seedy, disgusting, seedy place. It might be a beautiful place to look at, with the canal, you know, the locks and the canals and whatever. It might be a pretty place, but it is Babylon.
Yeah, so I would say that you know, when shit goes down on Judgment Day, one of the first places that will go down is Amsterdam for sure. Too many sins over there. Too many living in
douchebags, mate. Too many fucking liberal douchebags.
Yeah. You got some point. I know. In the years that I used to travel there, you know, I like the liberty. I like the approach of the Dutch people. I really felt free over there. Like whenever I came down. Anyway,
right, that's interesting though, isn't it? Because the reason for that is because obviously they're very liberal there in Amsterdam. They've always been very liberal about sex and drugs and you know, so they're a secular, they're a completely secular society. So you don't hear anybody talking about fucking God or anything there because everybody's too into their.
They believe in wooden flip flops.
They believe in the physical self gratification and all that,
and tulips. They believe in tulips.
So it really isn't. Yeah, it's not a good place.
Now, listen, like it's very symbolic. I started saying that it's very symbolic that it happened over there, and because you know probably the Dutch authorities will clean their hands out of this, okay, and say that oh, we were not responsible, we didn't know, blah 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 blah, and you know, it very reminds you of what happened here on October 7th, okay. You also like no one will take any kind of like responsibility. Something like, you know, 3,000 people have died on this day, okay, and so no one is going to take responsibility. No one is going to say, yeah, we are in charge of. And this is why I think that what you said earlier was true, right? Just to portray us by the two narratives that I mentioned earlier, okay, that you shouldn't be, that people won't like you outside, and once you going out, you're like becoming wild beast or whatever.
You will be targeted, and you're
yeah. So anyway, hey, we got proofs here. See, 3,000 people went over to Amsterdam and they got attacked and whatever because they're Jewish. Here we got proofs. So it could have been organized. Again, I'm not saying that you know, Bibi called an organization of Arabs in Amsterdam to organize this, okay? But you know, it happens like with his proxies, and it happens this whole thing with wars and conflicts and stuff like that, okay? It happens to initiate them, to make them larger, to make them more polar, more like drastic, that people will believe. And what should people believe? Yeah, that Jewish and Arab people are hating each other's guts and whatever. Yeah, believe that. And no, not that people are organizing all these things, okay? And the people who are taking part of this, the people who were attacked are the victims of all this, all right? So maybe think about that narrative for a second, okay? Not about like Jewish and Arabs hating each other. Because seriously, I love Arabs. They're cool people. They're nice. I work with lots of Arabs, you know, and you know, it's all been this lie that keeps in, and you know, and it's not only Jewish people, Jewish problem anymore. The world ignites, and Europe is filled with Arabs, and soon it will ignite. Soon it will explode. Okay. Yeah, the Arabs will soon start doing all kinds of like terror attacks in all kinds of like European cities and claim all kinds of things and whatever, because they have the numbers. They have numbers now. Europe is flooded with immigrants.
We need to stop. We need to stop labeling them as Arabs or Americans or it's individuals. They're not doing it in they think they're doing it in the name of. They're claiming the right to do it in the name of, right? Or like
again, media bullshit, false narrative,
attaching somebody's
No one?
nationality to it and saying, oh, you know, like everybody hates Israelis because you turn into wild animals and everybody will hate you and it won't be a good. It just, you know, don't go outside of Israel. That they like to like another reason for them doing that so that people don't go out and see the rest of the world is because when you do go out and see the rest of the world, like you did, you realize that they're full of shit.
Yeah, pretty much.
Nobody gives a fuck if you're from Israel. No one cares. Like you just in the moment they meet you, and then make their judgment based on what their interactions like with you. And so, if you're going to be an animal, then fine. But
yeah, you know how many times I was like warned that I will come to shows with you.
Fuck off with your persons, fatty. Fuck off with your persons. That's corporate fiction bullshit right there. Persons. Fuck off with that. You think you've got that the wrong way round. People are great. Persons are fucking pricks. You've got that the wrong way around.
So anyway, all kinds of like voices warned me not to cooperate with people from other countries because they will be anti-Semitic towards you and will tell you that you are a Rothschild Jew or something like that. And no,
get you afraid. Get people afraid to leave Israel.
Yeah. No fear about that. Because, and even if they will tell me that those kind of things, yeah, their opinion, freedom of choice, that's okay. I'm not getting insulted. Whoever criticizes you, that belongs to him. Come on.
It's just more projection. This is what psychopathic narcissists do. They project themselves onto everybody else. So basically,
that's
the thing. We're not dealing with Jews and Zionists, and we're dealing with fucking narcissists, sociopathic psychopaths.
Yeah, and you can see that as I told you last night, the only reason that they could recognize, I think, like the Israelis over there in Amsterdam was by the labeling. They all had Maccabi scarf on them and with the signal of the Star of David on top of them, right? Whatever like labels us, right? That immediately makes us a target, okay? Makes us a target. And, you know, this is because we're living in this twisted fucking world, all right? Okay, that people are being brainwashed daily from television, that whoever is labeled different, wearing Adidas and not Nike should be, you know, dead. But altogether, I wanted to mention one important thing, that those guys that attacked yesterday, and
I haven't even heard about that. You know,
the guys from October 7th.
I don't watch the news, but I don't know if that news has got out to the rest of the world. I haven't seen or heard. There's been nothing on it on YouTube.
Anyway, I would say that the guys that attacked then and the guys that attacked on October 7th or attacked in any kind of like terror attack in their lives, all right, they didn't do that in the name of religion or Allah or any kind of like belief, right? I will assure you that they did that because of money, because they wanted to take care of their families, because honestly, they got some kind of like a benefit out of like doing that.
Dude, the whole issue between Palestine and Israel is it's easy to see what the issue is, right? You've got a bunch of people that felt entitled to take land from people that already inhabit. It was no different to the Europeans going over to the Americas and saying to all the fucking Native Americans, this is our land now. This is our land, and we own it.
India,
and if you don't like that, we'll fucking kill you. It's no different. It's exactly the same fucking mentality.
Yeah, pretty much.
Pretty much. Because,
and now we got war because we took our land and they're pissed off. Whoa,
dude, I think
the
ultimate thing would be for you to recognize that actually you're Palestinian. You were born in Palestine. You were born in Palestine. Israel shouldn't exist. You were born in Palestine because that's what the country is. That
living in God's land.
It's only Balfour, it's only because of King George and the Balfour Treaty and that Israel even became a nation, and it even became a fucking state. And even when in the Old Testament God says, "You will never have a state again. Israel will never be there will never be a state of Israel."
Where's it written?
Is it? Oh God! Don't ask me that.
No,
I don't know. I can't remember where it is. But God says that Israel will never be a nation. Won't be a nation state again. It's in the Bible.
Well, it happened. It happened like before the time.
Maybe it's in the New Testament, but I'm not sure. But it's in the Bible.
They had a state over here for 150 years during years of before the Roman came over and took over. They had a country here for a state over here for 150 years, and this is like after the Bible times. And we got
hang on, before the Romans.
Before the Romans, yeah. During the Greeks, we had the country over here, a state, and also
I'm not sure if I believe that.
And also in the book of Ezekiel,
I think maybe they're just saying that to try and give it legitimacy.
And in the
they were offered land. They were offered land in Africa. Right?
Just a second. In the book of Ezekiel, it's been prophesied about the prophecy of the dry bones. All right, all the dry bones in this valley will gather, then will return to some kind of like a human flesh or something like that. And this, for lots of like people, kind of like prophesies the returning of the people of Israel to the land of Israel. Again, this whole thing with the Zionistic, authority over here, I don't think it was considered. But we did came back over here. Whether or not we should be called a state or not or whatever, in Flo's show, one of these weird guys over there came to me. Do you think Israel should be existed? I asked him, first of all, are you talking about the people of Israel, the land of Israel, or the state of Israel? Should it be existed? Should it be existed? Land, people, or state? Finally, after something like half an hour, he agreed to answer me. Yeah, state of Israel. Okay, I will answer you. State of Israel. No, I don't think it should be existing. All the institutes and people that are like supposedly ruling the state of Israel is doing horrible things towards these people. And if this Amsterdam thing was planned by the Israeli government, you can see it's just an example, right? The government.
I think the last thing would be for Jewish people to admit to themselves and to the rest of the world as well that being Jewish is not a race. It's an ideology. It's not a race. There's no genetic marker.
Totally agree.
There's nothing that says you are Jewish other than being born by a Jewish mother, who's only Jewish if she had a Jewish mother. So it's a circular fucking argument that.
But the thing is that if you like telling the Jews to confess or something like that, no, they will judge it by their own rabbis and by their own interior cycle. Okay,
they're not capable of thinking for themselves.
No, because they will say to you, okay, that the rabbis are justifying that this is a race thing and not a concept of mind. Okay, I think it's bullshit. Right? Of course, it's not related to race, and it's not even needed. Come on, why do you need to call yourself Jewish, Christian, Islamic? Why do you need that labeling? Why do you need those labelings? Once you labeling, you are target. Okay. So why is that needed? You think God loves it? No, he doesn't appreciate it all. Okay, all religions with huge paganism marks on it, and biblical cults and things like that, you know, that you can see the way that they're doing their ceremonies and stuff. What is that got to do with God? Come on. It's a social thing. It's this is again another contradiction between believing in God and religion. Believing in God is an individual, separate thing. All right, you do it alone. While religion is a social thing. Yeah, the more people will gather under our wings and our truth and our habits and ceremonies of how we perceive God, yeah, that's better. They all will act the same as us. The second, for what? Oh, believing in God. But believing in God is separate. So why do everyone needs to act out together? Why do we need those labelings? Come on.
It's people that need to label. Like individuals need to label things, or these, or you know.
These are the people that I talked to you earlier about. They want a leader. The same people that want a leader will want to label things. Yeah, I agree.
And that's all. Yeah.
Problematic.
Misdirection as well. Total fucking misdirection. Like
misdirection.
People aren't focused on the right things because there's all these labels.
Yeah. I want to move forward to another labeling that we have.
This MILF about Tartaria. And that turned into a label. That turned into a fucking label and a box. Oh, it's Tartarian. Oh, it's that's Tartarian. Yeah. Oh, I must be Tartarian. Like,
no one has a clue what is Tartarian, including myself. I don't have a clue what is Tartarian.
Actually, Jason RKX has presented where that whole fucking narrative comes from. And it lasted for about 150 years or something. There was a Tartarian not empire, but it was the Mongols, and you know, all around that was Tartaria. They were Tartarian, but it was like the group of these different countries were what would be considered Tartarian, but it was only around for 150 years or something. It wasn't this great big fucking golden age of you know, free energy, and maybe there was free energy, but this idea that it was, you know, like the fucking days of Atlantis or something, that wasn't Tartaria. That's just another narrative that's been injected in to distract people. Another label that they can turn into a label that people can stick it on.
Probably. All right. I want to move on to another labeling that we promised that we'll be talking about before the end of our broadcast. Labeling of a new president, right? To the United States, to some kind of like people.
Yeah.
Baby, do you know that?
Anyway, yeah, labeling. I know. I woke up like on Wednesday morning and I saw Trump over there labeled as the new president. And
were you not surprised? Were you expecting them to be calling it so early?
The sad truth was that I didn't care. I didn't actually care. And 2016, I was the most enthusiastic Trump fan ever. And 2020, I was like, oh, yeah, he lost. Oh, that's bad.
Well, it was stolen.
Now,
blatantly stolen.
I came over to like my uncle before that and I asked him, you know, so what's going to be on Tuesday? He said, oh, hopefully the American people won't be stupid enough to vote for her. I said, yeah, hopefully anyone won't be so stupid to even go and vote and decide about this issue, okay? And apparently people went on voting.
Right. As I said to you, dude, that happened in the UK. And because of that, fucking Keir Starmer got into power. And that's the only reason, because people didn't go out and vote. If you don't go out and vote, they will steal your vote. If you're registered to vote. So if you could get the whole country to not register to vote, but as long as there's people that will sign up and saying, yeah, I'll vote for you. I'll vote. they call that as their legitimacy. That's where they get their democracy from.
Yeah. And we all thinking that this democracy thing, it holds down with lots of like symbolism, but altogether in the ground bottom of it, it's people lying to you. Okay, people lying to you, and they could say honest things and do honest stuff, all right, or even like keeping their elections promises. But what we discussed earlier with Roxanne is that on top of their obligation, if they do have towards their people that elected them, or if they promised them anything, so those are like the domestic issues in each country. And once they want to apply some kind of like external agenda over those leaders of those countries, those leaders of those countries don't have nothing to do against it. Okay, they have to serve the ones who are like on top of them. And you can see that in the coup, you can see that in the wars, in whatever global warming coming up.
Well, because at the end of the day, they are subservient to the ones that fund them. That's where the money's coming from.
Yeah, exactly. And what I'm claiming is that both Republican, in the case of the US election, both Republicans and Democrats are being founded from the same place. And
Israel.
Don't know, but anyway, they're being founded out of the same place. I asked my uncle, like, how they're financing all these election campaigns, and this thing probably cost millions of dollars. Said, oh, they got donors. They got donors. Those donors are like all kinds of like puppets that just transferring the money in a cycle way from the top towards them, then to the political parties. Whoever in his right mind will bring money out of his own that he worked for to candidate to the elections.
The only reason anybody would donate large sums of money, there's not a single person, I do not believe for one fucking second, that there is a single altruistic what are they called,
cause
philanthropist who's going to give money like £1 million, $1 million, or in Bill Gates' case, $50 million. There's no way that they're giving that just out of the goodness of their heart, and they don't expect anything back for it. That's
no,
bullshit.
they've been ordered to give this money, or they're like
Bill Gates wasn't ordered. Bill Gates wasn't ordered.
Getting money in return.
Bill Gates wasn't ordered to give the money. Bill Gates is covering his ass. Bill Gates was trying to cover his fucking ass. He knows he's in this shit now, because all of his fucking because if Trump and JD Vance and RFK, if they stick to their guns and they ban chemtrailing in the United States, and they like Bill Gates is being prosecuted in the Netherlands. He's been prosecuted for vaccine injuries in the Netherlands.
This is interesting. Okay, this is interesting. You said that Trump and JFK want to stop now the chemtrails. Now, chemtrails is a good example for external agenda, because it happens all over the place, right? Well,
it's a good example of how actually there's so many factions out there, and the autonomous little groups out there that anybody with money can put a plane up into the sky and spray shit.
Yeah. But altogether, I want you to notice now, okay, if you're saying that, this is agenda going on right now, okay, of external agenda coming over to all the leaders, okay, to operate these chemtrails in their sky, okay, of their country. Now,
dude, they're not. No. Hang on, they're not even being. No, most of them haven't even got. They don't even agree. Most of them buy into this bullshit that it's contrails, not chemtrails. That it's condensation, it's not chemicals. They're not spraying things, even though it's been admitted there are millions of people out there that think that they're natural, and that includes senators and political people, professional people, scientists, right? The fact
the important thing is now that you will take a look at Trump, okay? What he does about these things, okay? If he's aware of that, okay, of these chemtrails, this horrible things that he does, whatever, okay? If he's aware of that, but still getting an order from the top not to touch this, okay? Then you will see how he behaves, okay? Whether he chooses to abolish this, to whatever. If he will do that, he will probably signify that. He will probably show that that he get rid of that, okay? Or he will say, no, those are like only things, the ice things in the sky. It doesn't do anything, and that's okay.
We'll just
so you can see that he's been a sellout or not. That's all.
Just won't address it, right? That'll just fade into the background, and it won't come up again as an issue, and they won't entertain the conversation. But what's in the smoke from the Elon rockets? Dude, the Elon rockets aren't real. Come on, mate. You don't actually.
No. I'm talking about the chemtrails.
No. Uncle Fatty's talking about the chemicals in the smoke from the Elon rockets. You do realize that the Elon rockets are 100% CGI. There's nothing real about that at all.
Forget the Elon Musk rockets, okay? Again, if you see Trump, okay?
Hey, Lexi.
Supporting now. That's supporting, like not clearing chemtrails. When pandemic comes up, he takes it. If he penetrate the war thing, okay. If he still give tons of money to NASA to operate space research or whatever, okay, then you know that he's one of them. It doesn't matter how much of like good pretending he will be, how much show he's gonna give. And you know what? On Wednesday morning, when I saw him speaking after the elections, when he won, I take a very close look at the deer. The one that was supposed to... Both ears. And I couldn't see any kind of like injury. Happened like 3-4 months ago.
The cartilage in his ears grown back miraculously. Right?
Oh, it happens, right?
Yeah. Well, obviously, he's superhuman. He's the son of God.
Ears look perfect.
He's the son of God. So,
yeah,
he was sent by God
to save us, right? Now, listen. I also like his ears are like really like tied to his, his head.
There was no space for that bullet.
There's no room for a bullet to go through this and go whatever and slice a part of his ear, and then like 4 months afterwards, he's like with his perfect ear. I got the most perfect ears. They recover themselves, and this is why I should be their next president. This is my Trump interpretation, whatever impersonation.
Oh, I think. Damn it! I've deleted it. I deleted it to make room for one of my. But I had a brilliant Trump impersonation. Right.
Oh, you're the one put your group.
My ears will grow back. They will grow back better. I'll have perfect ears.
Yeah, probably. Okay, I think that we will. It's enough talking about United States and stuff. I know what's gonna happen over there. I will tell you that one thing is very looks to me very similar with Bibi. Okay, I told you time and time again that what happens over here in Israel, it's just like the practice. Let's say the intro to what's gonna happen. Other countries and mostly United States, we are the testing ground. All right. So whatever happened with Benjamin Netanyahu in the last 10 years or so, okay, that he's always been elected to be the prime minister
he's never been elected. He's never been elected.
All right,
he's been selected.
Sell out as sit out. Okay. Anyway, he always had collisions with the courthouse, okay, with the legal system, and now we had this legal protest and whatever. This is a head colliding within this court system, whatever. And you will see that now, the accusations and towards Trump will go and follow the same way, the same as Bibi. While he was like practicing as the prime minister, as president, you'll see this accusation of the courthouse, and the left wing will support the courthouse, and the right wing will support the government, and it will be a great reason to collide each other, hate each other, divide and conquer, whatever.
It's already been established over the last 4 years that the DOJ is completely in the same pocket as the Liberal Democrats. Right, that's who they've been protecting the entire time. Before he was even president, they've been protecting Biden. Like, they've always been protecting Biden.
Yeah.
So
when we have, when we have the legal
protect degenerates, basically.
Yeah, no, when we have the legal protest over here, okay, and people were divided. Yeah, I am for the government or I'm for the courthouse, all right? And then protesting to that and everything. I kept telling them, are you stupid? Can't you figure out the third options that both government and the courthouse are crooked and diabolic and whatever?
Need to be
neither of them is right.
Need to be cleaned out. Like, the trash needs to be taken out. But the thing is, the trash is these people, they've assumed their identities as whatever, whatever it is they identify as. They're all the same. They're narcissistic, sociopathic, psychopathic scumbags. They're people without access. They don't have either no desire or no ability to engage in the higher. They're self-interested. They don't care about anybody else. They only care about themselves. It's not a nationality thing. It's not. I mean, it is kind of with Jewish and Israeli, but that's only because for the last how long? For the last at least 100 years. For at least the last 100 years. All you've been having pumped into your brains the whole time is what victims you are and how everybody hates the Jews and how you've been persecuted and exiled for 2,000 years, blah, blah, blah. And that narrative replayed over and over and over and over and over and over and over again every fucking day.
Yeah, it doesn't make it true. Also, it doesn't make it true.
No, it makes it true in the minds of stupid people.
Yeah, I will tell you why they are so against us. I mean, this is like the bottom reason why those guys on top are, except from the reason to keep on top, so they need to keep on fighting the one on the bottom. It's also because they're jealous of us. Okay, they're jealous of us.
Well, if you think about it, right, we are actually more free than they are. Although they appear to have freedom because of their wealth and so they can afford their jets and but they can't just go anywhere and do anything they want to do.
No, but it's more
to be protected. They're paranoid the whole time because somebody's going to steal from them. Somebody's going to.
It's not about that. Do you know what they're jealous of? Do you know what they're jealous of? They're jealous of us because we can create. They can create only shitty things that kill people, that causes bad to other people. They don't know how to create something beautiful, something that gives other people enjoyment and happiness. And those things are being created by the real people, So this is what they're jealous of us, all right? And we should acknowledge that this is our biggest weapon that we have. The ability to create, to actually to actualize the gift and the role that God gave us, right? They envy us for that, and I think that this will be their downfall. All right. Anyway, Rich, I think that we are done.
You've chosen the song that I don't know how many times I've told you before.
Yeah, but we'll do it. Come on.
I won't be singing this.
Yeah, that's okay. Come on. It's mine.
Right.
But you're joining. Come on.
No, I won't. I know this one.
Come on. This is actually the first song I've ever danced with a girl. Well, I was in second grade. She was in fifth grade. Party at my place. And like a friend of my brother, his name was Michal. Yeah, I think his name was Michal. This was the first dance that I ever danced with a girl, so it's very nostalgic for me. Yeah.
It's not really how do you dance with a girl to this song?
I don't know, I was in second grade, I didn't know shit about dancing yet. But now I would dance it, I know, accordingly.
I remember last week we played the worst ever cover of this song.
Yeah, we'll try to complete that.
It's the final countdown. Latency Brothers, love it. Yeah, I hate. I like the song, but I hate trying to sing along to that because it's like, fuck off. Mary, how you doing? Good to see you. Right, I've set up the let me get it. Do. Sure. Copy. Paste. That's I'm always sober, Ricardo, but Near isn't. I don't think he drinks alcohol. Yeah, I don't think he drinks alcohol. All right. I'm going live at 4 o'clock with some music. Thank you very much for being here. Love you all. Esther, thank you for the donation, sweetheart. And yeah, be back in an hour and a half. Thank you very much. Peace out.
I work some hours in an office, and two groups of people, they're talking, and one say about Jennifer, the colleague. I tell you, Jennifer, she is really a party pooper. Really? Jennifer poops at parties? So she poops at parties, and people know this? I poop at parties, but people don't know because I close the door. Jennifer goes to the party and then poops, but she do it so people know. Where do she go for it? Does she visit the water closet and make door of the open so people may see and smell things? This sounds horrible. Maybe she go like by the tables with the gift and the present and the punches bowl? Poop on the carpets? This sound like, Jennifer, you have some mental issue.
I heard of this creator before. His name is 007, and he's probably the best live performer on YouTube. I know this man, Mr. 007. He's a great man, probably the best man. His channel is a great channel. You should already be subscribed, and you should subscribe now, right now.
He is a thoughtful man, Mr. 007. Some say that he could think his way out of a hermetically sealed sandwich bag, but I say only that he can think so hard it could power a small city.
It's a weird, creepy, weird devil. The dude is not a human like the rest of us. The dude is a hybrid. He's like Lucifer from the show Lucifer. He's a creep. He's a weirdo.
Oh, hey, fuck you.
This is the best channel you've ever seen. Hit subscribe.
There he is. There's the god of war. Consider your blood debt paid. Be seeing ya.